What's going on, guys? We are here with your boy Eryk Anders, UFC middleweight. He's got an upcoming bout against Christian Leroy Duncan. He's coming off a crazy knockout over Chris Weidman back a few months ago in December. What's going on, Eryk? Appreciate you being with us, brother.
Man, my pleasure, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. So jumping, I guess, right into things. How's camp going? How is everything? Because we got less than a month now until you're fighting, right?
Yeah. I think it's like 3 weeks or so, a little less, about I guess 3.5 weeks. It's going well, man. Couldn't be healthier. Feeling good, sharp, fast, quick, all those good things, and ready to get in there and do it.
I gotta ask, man, how you see that fight going for you?
Um, he likes to stick and move, and he'll clinch as well. So I like to throw. He likes to throw. So I'd imagine we'll meet in the middle in that small octagon. There won't be a whole lot of
Standing bang
I
stuff.
like
shoving,
that, man. I
you
like
know.
that. I mean, obviously, that's the mindset you gotta have, man. You obviously, you gotta have that mindset. I'm going in there to win. Otherwise, you lost the battle already. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we
And I'm a grimy fighter, I like to make it dirty and whatnot. So he's more of a pretty technical fighter. So
uh, let me ask, man. You think you get that from playing football?
I don't know. I think it's just a personality trait.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just kind of how I am. It's just, I guess it's just where I am and I can't help but fight like that. So
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, especially playing football for a big school like Alabama, playing under a prestigious coach like, Nick Saban. Just to touch on that for a second, how was that, man, playing under a guy like that? I played football myself my whole life, and when I actually didn't know that about you until I looked it up, that you played under Saban, won BCS national championship under him, had a great game as well. Yeah, how was that playing under him?
man, I've been fortunate my whole, football career from like Pee Wee to middle school to high school to college. I've always played for great coaches, and they all kind of iterate the same thing, but it's kind of he did a really, really good job of articulating like what the process was and what he expected of us and what he wanted from us. And he also created an atmosphere of competition where just because you're a senior, that don't mean you're gonna start. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, he kept the competition high, which rose everybody's gameplay or a level of play. And you can't argue with the guy's results. He's won more than
absolutely. I'm sure
anybody
that's
else
probably
in the
helped you a
history of the
lot.
game. Yeah, when your job is on, like the guy behind me was Courtney Upshaw,
Oh shit.
so he ended up playing in the league for a long time. So,
Yeah.
I always had, good players behind me and in front of me as well. So, you know, um,
You got to be on your A game at all times.
yeah, and I'm not like the biggest, strongest, fastest or nothing like that. So I had to,
You
figure
got
it
to have
out and
that
find a
mentality.
way to get an edge on the other guys. So,
Absolutely.
uh, yeah, it definitely helps creativeness.
Yeah.
What was the shift? Like, was there like a moment that you decided like MMA's for me? Because obviously playing, and then you played for the Browns for a little bit too, if I'm not mistaken, and
That's
you got
right.
a lot going on there. What was that kind of shift? Was there like a moment that you just said, "Listen, MMA's for me," or what does that kind of look like?
The first time I ever sparred,
Yeah.
I sparred with Walt Harris. That was like my first MMA experience, and I just fell in love with the sport right then and there.
Yeah, obviously coming from such a physical game, from football to MMA, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty easy to translate over, but did you have the same, like, do you have any pre-fight rituals? Because obviously, as a football player, I'm sure you have like pre-game rituals and everything. Do you have anything that you do a little bit differently from for your fights?
Not really. I've worn the same draws for every single fight I ever had,
Oh
amateur and
yeah.
pro. So outside of that, that's about it. I like to. I really don't hit mitts or whatever to warm up, maybe a round, but then I really like to spar hard my training partner before the fight because I think it really dials in the nervous system and your reaction time and things like that a little bit better than just hitting mitts and getting your body warm. I think you have to warm up your nervous system. You have to get hit a little bit um, before you actually go out there and do it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But it's cool too because you see I've noticed every fighter obviously is a different ritual. Like I've seen Marab has done. I don't know if you saw. Marab did like 10 rounds of sparring before one of his fights with Sean. So it's just crazy. You see every fighter going through their different rituals and everything like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's got the same cardio that
Yeah,
Marab has. 10 rounds is extreme.
his gas tank, man, is something different, that's for sure. I don't know what he eats, man, or what he does, but yeah, he's definitely on point right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of like performances like that, I think you had a fight of the night. It was 289, I think it was. Was there anything different going into that fight? Because obviously that was a brawl. But I guess either going back to rituals or preparing for that fight, was there anything different leading into that one?
With is that with Burial?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, nah, I think he just hurt me early, and then so I don't know. Like I know a lot of people say that like, the fight doesn't start till they get hit. And if you watch any of my fights, that's like I hate to be cliche, but that's really what it is. If I usually always start off slow and then I kind of get hurt and then the fight really gets going after that. So, he hurt me early. I think he dropped me in like the first 30 seconds of the fight. And then it's just I don't know, that fight or flight response just kicks in and
Yeah, yeah.
just gets like that sometimes.
Absolutely. Well, I gotta ask, man, with being 38, I'm in my 30s, man. It's hard for me to, being in the gym, rolling around. I get hurt all the time already. I gotta say with man, being 38, I gotta give you props, man, being at your point of your game. And I see you got 3 fights left on your contract. What do you see for the next three, fights? Do you still plan on fighting after that or
No, I'm in a good spot financially. That's, part of the reason why it's taken me this long to fight. I last fought in December and I never go 8 months without fighting. I didn't need surgery or to heal up from anything. I just got so many other things going on, um, that I'm not like, it's not a need. Like, it's not a must. I
yeah,
don't have to. I like it because I do it because I love it,
right?
obviously. But, um, I just have a lot of other things outside of fighting going on that business opportunities and things like that. So I just
How is it?
I just been
Sorry, go
kind of
ahead.
making money.
Absolutely.
How is it balancing all that? Because obviously you have a lot on your plate. I think you have a son and you have I was looking at your Instagram again too. It looks like you have like an energy drink that you're working with. How do
Yeah.
you direct all your attention to it? Because I mean, you have so many things on your plate right now.
Well, yeah, I got my fight coming up, so I kind of drop everything else and like solely focus on this. I'm in the process of opening up a gym and I kind of just like stalled everything out so that I
Oh,
could
that's
like
yeah.
focus on the gym because I'm not that smart that I'm able to, do a bunch of different things. So fighting is the main source of my income. So I drop everything except my son, of course. I'd still
Of
tend
course.
to his needs and stuff. Go to his like I spent all day in the fucking sun at this 7-on-7 thing. All day today and all day tomorrow too. So
Yeah, man, I saw you
um
on Instagram.
outside of him, I just, toss it to the side and I pick it back up after a fight.
Yeah, man. No, that's awesome. I saw on your it was your story last night. You were posting again this morning. I mean, you're like nonstop. I mean, it's crazy, man. I'm looking forward to it. And like you were saying, you just get gritty in those fights. So I just see that being a brawl.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think he is quite comfortable, with those kind of fights. Like you watch his RoboCop fight, he pressured him, put a lot of was in his face, and he just looked really uncomfortable. So that's
Do
just
you, do
kind
you
of how I move as well.
do you have a preference, I guess, on who you fight? Like, would you rather them be a little more technical? Would you rather them be like in the nitty gritty, like just swinging, standing, banging? Like, do you have a preference?
Not really,
Just
I
whoever's in
just like
front
to
of you?
fight, and go out there and fight. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not like a super technical fighter, so I think for like the fans, like another brawler, those are always fun fights to watch. Two dudes slugging it out, like Thiago Santos or whatever. But
Hmm.
whatever, they put a technical guy in front of me, I can still get the job done as well.
Do you like really pay attention to who's in front of you? Like, do you really like study them, like try to figure out their moves, their strengths, their weaknesses, or do you just really focus on you?
Nah, I watch film and I try to put together a game plan, but it really has it can go to shit really quick. You know,
Yeah.
and you just gotta go out there and do what you train to do. And, you know, I try to tell the younger fighters, you should train habits, you know, because once you get hurt, you can't think no more. Your body's just gonna do what you train it to do. So, that's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, man, I gotta say, we appreciate your time, man. We appreciate if you follow us, give us a like and everything. We, like I said, we appreciate the time and good luck to in your fight coming up, and hope to see you in soon.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Y'all got my number, so just holler at me anytime.
Yes, sir. You got it, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the time, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Yes, sir. You too.